I've just been so impressed by Kentucky's wealth of artists behind the scenes and in front of the scenes.
The media landscape is definitely changing. I think with blogs and the internet, anybody can be a critic, really, but they're not uniformly informed. She always did her homework. She would read the scripts. She would interview the director, the writer, actors. And so she always found a way to applaud something about the production, being very cognizant of the hard work that went into it. But at the same time, if something didn't work for her, she would point that out, but she would always try to explain why it didn't work for her and suggest a way that it might work better in a future production.
I've always tried to do it in a way that's clear but not malicious. I think you just have to be true to yourself. You know, you have to say, this is how I saw it that night, and the actors, they know when it's good and it's not. And if I were to say it's good when it wasn't, I would have no credibility with the audience or the people who've put so much work into it.
I think in particular I've been really impressed with her coverage of the Humana Festival of New American Plays, which really has put Kentucky on the map in the theater world.
The critic for the Courier-Journal is the first person to see them and review them. That could be rather intimidating when you know the New York Times and the Variety's coming after you.
I think that you promote the arts just by writing about them, and I think you don't have to necessarily be a cheerleader for everything to do that. And I think she's done a lot to really shine the light on Kentucky's arts in general.
The Edgy Awards started soon after I became the critic. We just started, you know, picking kind of silly things, or really, you know, the Clunker of the Year movie, and the movie with the most profanity was usually a Martin Scorsese film, and it was really fun. During the time that I was at the Courier-Journal, I started watercolor painting. And it's interesting to be a writer and then to switch over to being a visual artist. You know, when you're dealing with the language and trying to express yourself verbally, you really get inside your head a lot. And then when you go to trying to create some image on the paper, you feel very different. But I found that being an artist helped me as a critic, because I was more attentive to things like the details on the set and how that worked with the characters, and what the depth of perception was on the design of the set, and how all those things work together.
I'm excited to see what she herself will add to the artscape in Kentucky in the years to come.